Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday morning or afternoon, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, afternoon. And for day Monday, animal communication, animal readings, just a boatload of love here. And and we have Mark from Spirit Whisperer here with us. Hello, everyone. And so, you know the gig, you go ahead and put your questions in, and we will dive in and connect with you babies. Wiki is saying she hopes you're feeling better.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly, but I'm still very clogged and little. Anyway, we're going to get through this though.
Yes, so if you hear him a little cloggy, uh, yeah, that's yucky.
Much,
Nothing else.
much
Do you think
muted.
it was like, all the weather changed so quickly, up and
It,
down?
it might, because here in Kentucky, it literally changes every single day. And it can be lots of temperature jumpings. Now it's supposed to start raining again today, but so far not. But it's 75. Yeah, I don't know if it's that or not. I thought maybe it was allergies, but I don't know. But then I got a fever and stuff, and I don't think that's allergies. So I don't know how. I was telling Debbie, I don't know how it could have got me because I never go outside. So
That's what I was saying. I'm like,
I'm
what?
a hermit. I don't ever get around people anymore. So I don't know how I got it, but I guess at the grocery, that's the only place I go.
Right. Um, yeah, I order my groceries and then go sit in the parking lot and they put it in the back of my car.
I
Well,
probably,
and it's mostly because my ankle,
yeah,
it's hard for me to.
right. Yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah, maybe it's a flu strand or something.
boo, boo.
I don't ever.
Well, we hope that today, Monday, that we can get a little relief from the chaos and just connecting with our babies. There's just too much.
The nonstop.
Um,
Um,
all right, so I'm starting all the questions, and we might as well just we can get started unless I think we'll just go ahead and
yep. Yeah, we're
start on it.
simulcasting, so both of our channels are gathered here on Debbie's channel today.
Yes. So you might not see all the questions because we're streaming from both. Um, M. Hart says, "Nice to see you up and about, Mark. Rain is still
Doing
doing
well.
well due to your work on her last week. Thank you
Thank you.
for that.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Happy to
Yeah.
hear it.
Yeah, I like that name too. Okay, here we go. All right, we'll start here. Ruby. And we do ask if you did put your question in, just hang out. And if you have to go, let us know. It's fine. Just let us know. We won't hold it against you. We just don't want to sit here and go, "Are you here? Are you here?" Marie says the four kitties she recently adopted are doing adjusting and doing rather well.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, she adopted four at once, all different
Wow.
ages.
Were they
Uh,
they just
she just decided, and they're all different ages. And then she started thinking, oh, are they all going to get along? But they're doing pretty good now, I think. I'm glad to
wow,
hear.
that's so brave and wonderful.
Yep. She just rescued four little needy cats. Very sweet.
Um, let me see something here. I wanted to share. to get the
Her last pet passed away too, and so she was needing new, and she just got 4. I know they're happy about it.
oh, that's so wonderful. Um, I have found myself watching the channel Rocky Kanaka. Are you
Haven't
familiar?
no.
He and his wife they do just wonderful work going into shelters and rescuing dogs. The more neat, like the ones that will most likely fail out of the shelter.
Right.
Yeah, so Rocky K, it's fantastic, and if someone can put his um, channel in, I turn it on at night. It gives me a break from the chaos, but it's so wonderful to see the the saving. I mean, you get these dogs that are barely holding on to life, whatever, or missing an eye, or and they come in and get everything, get all the help this dog needs. They put him back to health, and then adopt him out. Complete and ready to go, and so it's such a wonderful, wonderful, positive channel to support. So there it is, Rocky Kanaka. Thank you, Wiki. Mm-hmm. And she's on your channel, so someone
Great.
on my channel. If someone on my channel could put that in, so folks on my channel can see it. But Rocky Kanaka, wonderful. I just can't say enough positive things about the work they're doing, and just living on those babies and saving them. The stories of that, somebody being dropped off or found in a box in the road, or all the things. I mean, it's just, and they just come in, and it's just wonderful.
It would make me cry, I feel.
Oh yeah, I cry all the time.
I think
the whole time, but it's like oh, like precious.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good.
That's somebody doing something good. Yeah.
Thank you, Ricky.
It's called Sitting with Dogs is the name of their thing.
They do a lot of sitting with dogs. And so he goes in and sits in the cage and kind of puts his back to the scared dog, and he just goes real slowly. And by the end of sitting in there, the dog's on the lap and doing all the things. So even the most scary dogs that you would think I wouldn't go in that cage, and he goes and sits and just so patient and gives him positive affirmations and feeds him little treats the whole time, but just says, and his pup dates, those are awesome. So he'll give updates for all the dogs that he does.
I gotta check him out.
My microphone is fuzzy. Okay. Let's see. Settings. Audio.
Testing. How's that?
Sounds
better?
Yep, I think so.
Okay. It was on the wrong mic.
Oh, yeah, now it sounds clearer.
He makes the treats handmade. He also has a coffee farm, and that's how he's able to do all that he does and he has they've created a place to rehabilitate the dogs to be able to so he's created a beautiful farm, and I missed all these while I was fixing the Now it's too echoey.
Oh, I don't hear it.
Okay, so people are saying it's better now. Okay,
Ow.
less. Okay, all right. Good now. Thanks, Ruby. Yeah, it was on the wrong mic. I don't know what mic it was using because I have a camera here that has its own mic. I have the computer that has its own mic. I have the mic. And then I have another little camera over here that I use sometimes for if I'm shooting the desk, and it has a mic. So who knows? Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for sharing all the info for Rocky Kanaka, because even just subscribing to his channel helps them, fund the food and the rescues and the vets, and because they don't play around. Like, if the dog needs an MRI, they're going to pay the $5,000 for that MRI and stuff like that. And so everything helps. All right, Ruby, back to you. My dog Toby is my dog Toby in pain, dental issues, and you've already made that vet appointment good. Always want to just make sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so Toby. Oh, precious Toby. It does feel a little bit like he's showing me up in its like gum area. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm just going along with what he's showing me. So, and oftentimes they'll show me like a human, but so maybe possibly it just there's something going on that caused a little infection up there. I feel like it'll be easily taken care of.
Yep, I get that same thing. I feel like it's good that we're going to the doctor,
Mhm.
but it doesn't feel like, it feels more like I might need a tooth pulled or something, like kind of a one and done thing. But he needs to see the doctor. Then I think he feels better. So it's something that the doctor sees
Mhm.
and has a potential solution for.
Yeah, I mean, and she's talking about possible antibiotics, and that is a big possibility here because if it's in there, then they'll want to take care of any of that
Right.
infection. Yeah. But what a sweet boy.
Little Toby.
Oh,
Little Toby.
all right, Ruby. All right, Sandy. Hi, Sandy. I got a new kitten. My cat is depressed and very unhappy. Will my cat accept the kitten? She won't go near it. Okay. And your new kitten, what is their name? Sandy.
Yep, Sandy Johnson. Got a new kitten and the other cat's name too, the older cat. So you're trying to introduce this new kitten to your older cat.
She, the older one has given me a sense that she's a little bit no name yet for the baby. But
Okay.
how about your older one? Your older one gives me a little bit of a prima donna. Maggie. Cute. Yeah, Maggie is a little bit of a prima donna. Not that you spoiled her, Sandy, or anything.
Yeah.
Before you got the new kitten. Anyway, it's going to take her a minute, but she's going to be okay. Oh my God. Yeah, she's spoiled. So this is kind of like, yeah. So that's kind of what's playing out. So it's going to take her a little bit because, so it's important just to give her time that you used to do. So it used to be 100% her. It's kind of like bringing a new baby home to your 2-year-old. You know what I mean? And they're like, wait a minute, I had all the attention. Now you're giving it to the baby too. So, and so parents have to special intention to continue to give singled out time for the 2-year-old. You know what I mean? So it's kind of the same feel here. She's saying, I still want my special time. And I just feel like I've been booted out of my throne. And so that's kind of how she's playing it out here for me. Mark, what are you getting over there?
Same thing. And the baby is like a jackrabbit on speed. Yeah, I have him in the bedroom. Sandy, you're not the same person as Debbie with the cat named Megs, are you? I don't know. I'm just wondering if you're the same person. It's that. Well, you need to talk to Mama Cat, the older cat. Who did she give us the name of the older cat?
Maggie.
Yeah. Oh, it is you. Yeah. Because this is what I was going to tell you, and I was going to write it all out today. So I'm glad that you're here. So here's the thing, Sandy. Little kitten is little kitten, and it's just going to have, zoomies, crazy energy. It doesn't really have enough. It's not old enough to kind of figure out what's best to do. An older kitty's going to have to step up and teach the kitten. What I'm getting is older kitty and your husband are kind of forming an unmovable force. Like they're kind of siding up against the kitten and saying, So in general, for it all to work out better, everybody needs to get on the same page. So husband, wife, older kitten, younger kitten. And that is that we're adding an addition to our family, period. It's for the whole family. And we're all into it, right? That's what we're going to do. Now, older cat's going to have to step up and help teach the little kitten. So that's what you want to tell the older cat. Like if you have your little moment of a talk with her, tell her how much you love her, how much she's been your queen kitty, all this, all those things. Yeah, we love you to pieces. This isn't replacing you. This is an addition to our family. So we want you to help. Yeah, shit text again. We want you to help the kitten learn. So if you talk to the older cat, as in give her a job to help this work out, she'll be much more into it.
Mm-hmm.
And hubby, you tell her that too, that it's okay that we get this new kitten in here. I'm just teasing, but hubby is a pet for Mickey. Right. Well, she don't get that yet. So first tell her that she's in addition to the family, we all want to expand our family. And in order to do that, we need you to help us. You can help out a lot because this little kitten, don't got no learning. It don't know nothing. It needs a mommy to help it grow up and learn the rules of our house. And there's no one better to teach them than you, right? You're very important in this process. So to let her know that. And then you can give her a picture of, and it'd be great if you just snuggled up to the kitten and maybe loved the kitten instead of smack it. Now, some smacking's okay because the kitten has to learn, well, I can't just jump claws out on top of her without doing something. The kitten's just trying all the tricks, right? And that's the way it is. But so mom has to go, no, and hit her a little bit sometimes. But if you give her that alternate picture and tell her how important it is for her to participate and help, good if hubby was into this too. It'll make a world of difference. They're going to work out. The other thing too, she don't want to be in the room with the kid. Yep, she's taking some of that, Sandy, though. I don't want to attack your hubby, but he's kind of giving her permission to do what she wants, and it doesn't have to be cooperative. I know, like you told me, he said, well, if they haven't gotten together by the end of the weekend, the kitten's out of here. Well, you know, that kind of a threat just makes it all worse. And then that makes, you know, Maggie think, oh, good, he's on my side because I don't want no dang kitten. You know, I'm fine the way I am. We have to convince her that we all are looking to this addition to the family. Okay.
And sometimes you got to understand, it takes a good 6 weeks just to see a slight shift in energy. And then there's still more to do. But sometimes you get this crazy for a good 6 weeks, and then all of a sudden it kind of slows down a little bit, but it's still there. So give her some time.
Well,
Maggie
you
is the queen.
say that too. Cats are notoriously not quick to change. They are not the best, easiest. Dogs are much easier. But cats are solitary by nature, so they have to think about it. You notice how I don't know about your cats, but mine will go stand out the door. Would you open up the door for me? And I do. And then they think about it for a minute before they come in. Where I'm going. Well, I'm not.
It's like they are.
I wasn't planning on standing here for 20 minutes. Now come in or don't. You know, I have one of mine in there yelling. But, you know, they're notoriously slow. And they're not great about being forced to do things. It's better if they can choose to do it. That's why I like to try to present options.
Make it their idea.
It really works.
Make it their idea for sure. Wow.
Oh, what's going on?
What's the crying?
Look, she's yowling.
You want to go check it out?
No, she's been wanting to sit in my lap 24/7 all of a sudden. So she's wondering why I'm not in there on the couch.
Oh, baby girl. All right. Thank you, Gina, for all the moderating and posts. Thank you.
Be friends, Sandy. It just takes longer than we think it should. And that's all the time with cats. It would be a rare one that quickly. Yeah.
Okay. Boop. This is just not a question for me. I don't know. Oh, this is Ruby wanting to know if there's home remedies for tooth cleaning for dogs. I don't know.
Other people probably do here on the chat.
Yeah, so if anybody can give her some ideas, that'd be awesome. I'm
not sure all that yowling is necessary.
So I'm going back and forth on the streaming. So from my channel, we have Susie Levin Music, 1966. And happy Monday, y'all. You have read on the 4 male pups dumped here a year ago. We've had many before them, all rescues. Are any of the 4 pups reincarnated of the previous 9 at the same time?
You had 4 puppies dumped at your house. Okay, they're all litter mates then. We had many before them, all rescues. Are any of the 4 pups reincarnated from the previous 9 at the same time we had? Well, it's sometimes hard without names.
You've had lots of dogs, and you've had so Susie is here. Thank you for saying hi. So 9 have passed on, 9 that you've had.
And I got these 4 puppies all at the same time.
And you got 4 dumped on your porch. Okay.
George, Ringo, Eddie, and Major are the 4 new puppies.
Okay, so I actually do feel that I have actually a couple of them coming forward, a couple of from your Pat. Now there may be more, but I have 2 coming forward. I have like a larger breed and then a medium breed coming forward. But this one very connected to you, and he, oh my gosh, so smart. It was like he definitely like he gives me the sense of just being like the king of the pack almost. So loving, very very loyal, very much connected to you. And he was the bigger breed dog that I'm seeing here. And the other one feels more like a medium, and it feels more feminine, and she would have like been one of those like that would gather sheep type feel to her. What is that called when they go around and
Herd dog? Herd?
yeah, herding, like she feels like that, like but very helpful, like on it, like anyways, those are the 2 coming through, and that are back with you in these 4.
Yep.
And your poor baby just wants to sit on your lap.
Playing. I went in there. She had like I have a lint brush and the little, remember those old that would flip around?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it popped off the handle and she had that in her mouth, the brush part going, like that's wild and driving her crazy. Why is this in here? I gotta get. Okay.
Oh, so she's having,
She never is this vocal though. It's very weird. Okay. I immediately got 2 of the 4, 2, right when Debbie was saying it, which often happens with us.
mm-hmm.
Also immediately got, it's the most outgoing one is one of them. So of the 4, it's the one that acts like he's the most secure, the most, it's probably a boy, but wouldn't have to be, but he acts like he's the most smarty and everything already. I think that's one. And then I'm thinking the other one's almost the opposite. It's
So yes, my Loki girl, and I had a feeling Red Boy's spirit is definitely in Georgie.
yeah. So is Georgie a boy or is Georgie a girl? Yeah, it feels like that. The other one's a more reserved, quiet, feels like a little more like, well, just reserved. She's not quite as rambunctious and everything. But I think you're probably right on what you sense, but I get 2 of the 4 are.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, wonderful. I just love hearing that when they come back to be with you again.
Mm-hmm.
That just says a lot about you, Susie, but just how wonderful that connection that we have with our babies. They're all boys.
Well, that one little boy jumps right out in the front and he acts like he's alpha or whatever. And that's the one that you've known before for sure, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Gina. Yes, this is one of the things in my shop. If you go on my website,
Little penguin.
you remember when he tariffed the Penguin Island? So there you have it. All right.
Another one that's fine projects.
All right. Thank you, Susie, for loving on those babies. All right, back up here. We're going to go. We have
Django ever get along with my cat?
Jacqueline. And Jacqueline, just say hi. Hi, Suzanne. Will my dog Django ever get along with my cat Ace? Jacqueline is here. Hello. And all right. Did Django ever get along with my cat Ace? Now, is Ace a boy?
Oh Lord, yeah.
I'm assuming that's kind of a
We've
more.
had Ace for over 5 years. They've had Ace the cat. Django's littermate brother Trigger gets along with Ace. Okay, so you got two
But
dogs.
Django is a little bit more. All are boys. Okay, yeah. I because that flag came in, this boy energy between the two, and I understand that the other dog is also a boy, but Trigger gets along with everything. Like he would bring home a tarantula to play with. You know what I mean? That's more his personality, anyways. Django's a little more.
Yeah.
I don't have the words for it, but he. All right, Django, what's going on? Oh, he just like.
Yeah. We might be litter mates, but we're not the same. It's kind
Not
of
at
thing.
all.
And
So
I don't be like him, you know, and don't think I am.
I feel like it's like one of those. I'm going. How I'm being shown this is, and I'm kind of just go along with me with the story, you guys. It's metaphor, where you want to bring home a cat, and your partner, he's like, I don't like cats. I don't want a cat. I'll never love a cat. You bring the cat home, and all of a sudden, it's on his lap, and then he's like putting up with it, but there's a little bond there. So it's kind of that situation at what I'm seeing with Django here. He's like, I don't, and then all of a sudden, Ace is laying on his neck. You know what I mean? And he's putting up with it, pretending like I don't love this cat, but he does. That is how I'm being shown the scene metaphorically for this situation, Jacqueline.
There's a lot of kind of drama, so like acting out a little bit. I don't think the Django like hates the cat, but he's just going to be a cat lover like the other one is. He's not as happy-go-lucky as Trigger, and he don't want to be. And he's like, and I'm not going to be. And then Ace kind of goes, nee, 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 nee. I have a dog friend, and Django goes, I don't care, Roland. It's like, so Ace sometimes presses around with it, like, I have a dog friend. And he's like, well, good for you. It's like that. Some of it's not as serious, I don't think. Django lunges at Ace from inside his crate. Mm-hmm.
But he would do that inside his crate. If that crate was open, he wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's like drama. It's overacting a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And Ace eggs it on a little bit. I'm going to have to say that because Ace is pretty prissy pot and feels like I'm going to just, wag my tail in your face or whatever. I don't know. And he feels confident because the other dog likes him. So he's kind of got, I don't know. It's a little bit of back and forth that's going on.
If Ace could flip the Django the middle finger, he would.
Yeah.
I see that, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Look, I love, she says, we've had this Django on a leash with Ace around. Yes, Ace does egg it on. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. So a lot of it's kind of playful in a way. I know it seems serious because the dog is big and there's a cat. But what is that you call it? They have their own little choreography, their own little dance that they do.
Yeah, it's a little dance. They'll figure it out, though.
Yeah, that they're figuring out. Because, Buttercup sometimes will do that with the cat that loves Alaska. Just all of a sudden, Buttercup come just chase that cat. And I go, Butter, don't. You didn't need to chase her. And she goes, yes, I did. I just felt like it right there in that moment because she's so something because she loves Alaska so much. And, you know, she gets on my nerves. I don't know. It'd just be like that. I go, okay, well, we don't, you know, sometimes I'll just do a little blah, 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 like that, but it don't mean as much as it seems like. Like, I don't think she would ever hurt the cat. But she says, get out of the room. I'm sick of you loving up on the dog. Okay.
Yeah, and Django is 12 years old, and so it brings in that old man mentality as well. So add that to the why did you bring a cat in here?
Right.
Yeah, so you're dealing with a little bit of a few different things, and so it's going to take a little bit longer. But I'm seeing a possibility of him just kind of putting up with it.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Mm-hmm.
And also a little bit like, yeah, just because my brother don't know how to be with cats don't mean I am. It's a little bit of like that. You know, dogs are supposed to be, you know, anti-cat, a little bit like that. Not anti, but they're not supposed to be snuggling on them. He feels. He thinks that's beneath him, maybe. I love it. Very cute. It's
Awesome.
so fun to have multiple pets and, you know, the dances and things they go through.
All right, back to the questions here. And speaking of merch, I had something come to me last night, and I thought, you know, Mark and I need some merch for our Mondays for our fur family, but you guys need to give me some ideas of what we would want on some merch.
Sounds great.
So we can do that. That'd be fun. All right. Did that one. Let's see, going back to my channel here. Did that one. Here's one from my channel. All right. Turn off my heater.
Out.
Simply Positive Me says, Mark, you look stunning.
Oh, thank you. I wish I felt so, but thank you.
I know. At least you know, the best thing to do is when you're feeling bad is to dress, you know.
That's right. And doing this makes me feel better. But that don't mean I'm not going to lay down when I'm done. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Just visiting. Hello. My dog Scout is 12 and a half and has mobility issues. Is he still enjoying his life with us? Scout. Oh, 100%.
Yes.
He feels just absolutely part of the family. Like, even if he can't do what he used to do, just laying there with you and being in the presence and like sharing that energy space with you is everything to him. He is. I feel like there's something you may have changed, like in his food. I could be off on this, but this is kind of, I don't know what he's explaining here, so I have to do my best here to interpret. But it feels as though he's like, I love everything about my life, but it feels like you may have had to shift some things in whether you're feeding him something that he doesn't like, or maybe it's medicine in the food. I don't know, but there's been a shift. He's like, I don't like that much, but everything else I love. I am absolutely in love with being here and being a part of this family. And even if I can't do like what I used to, just being here is everything.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of attention and treats. Okay. That's good. I'm sure he likes that part, but there's something, I don't know if have you ever given him medicine? Okay. He's a 120-pound yellow lab. Oh, sweet boy. Yes. Yes.
He takes 3 kinds of pain relief meds for arthritis.
Oh, okay. That's what he's complaining about. Other than that, everything's wonderful. He loves you.
And it'd be like, well, you can't even imagine the difference between him being older and having, arthritis and not having nobody who loves him. That would be horrible. So of course he still enjoys his life with you. It's no better way to get old than with his loving family. And he
Mhm.
likes that love him and you give him special attention and love him and do whatever you can think of to make him feel better. But he just feels the love all the time, and that he's a member of the family. Just a problem between stuff. Yeah. That's probably the one he's bugged about, that little antibiotics.
Oh, that might. Oh, okay. That might be it. That feels so right that just hit. So I feel that's the one.
Oh, yeah, because I was thinking that might hurt
Maybe
his
it
stomach.
hurts his tummy. Yeah.
Wrote that. So I'm wondering if that might just made him feel a little, ooh, that one's not making me feel normal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, he loves being there. He couldn't.
Oh my gosh, he's such a love bug. He feels like he feels like a human. I mean, he thinks he's a human. So you've done a good job.
Love his name is
Yeah.
Scout.
Love that. Aw, precious Scout. All right.
Okay.
Whoop. Back to you. And we are here at Dragonfly. Hi, Dragonfly. My neighbor got a new 2-month-old puppy, brought her to see me, and she acted so familiar in my house, like she had been there before. Is she my dog, Annisley, who passed 3 years ago? Annisley, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Came in, and she is so precious, and she's sharing like this time that she loved, kind of like, I don't know if she laid on the couch with you, and sometimes they just show me metaphors, but laying there and curled up next to you and licking her paw, putting her head on your lap. She just loved that time with you, she's saying. She's still very connected to her spirit is very connected to you.
Yeah.
You did a reading on Annisley a month ago.
I don't remember, but yeah.
The puppy's name is Anja. Anja felt the spirit of Annisley in your home and felt very welcomed there.
That's what I was hearing too, Debbie. So I love it when you say exactly the same thing. That she isn't really Ainsley.
Ansley. Is that?
Don't.
Oh, I'm making up names here.
I don't know really how to say that either. But it was her energy that was there and it felt very familiar. Also, Dragonfly, do you have a doggy now? Here's the thing I'm hearing. It was almost like a little Anja was trying to remind you how wonderful it was when Ainsley was there. And she was sort of giving you that feeling. So, I don't know. I feel like, do you have another dog? I can't remember. You probably told me this all before, but I don't remember. But so she was Ainsley's energy. No, I don't.
No.
I get it. That's what I thought.
Yeah. And that's why her spirit is just so present with you. And that's what the other little puppy was feeling.
And look at that, though. You thought, I wonder, this dog seems so familiar. I wonder if it could be my dog back. And then Ainsley goes, no, it's not this one, but it could be. It was like that. I'm going to show you what it would be like if you had another little me in the house, and this is the thing that you could be. So she kind of wanted to remind you of what it was like when you had Ainsley in the house. That's what I feel. And so, trying to convince you to get through your grief and, move into that possibility that when you get a new dog, it's not about replacing your other dog. And in some cases, it can be the same dog returning. So she likes you better with the dog, number one. That's just the way it goes. And so I feel like this little experience was her from the other side, showing you that energy. And actually, you saw her in that puppy, and I think that was the point.
Yeah. Yeah. Still a wonderful communication with her too. Yeah.
Yep.
Love that. All right, Dragonfly. To the questions here. I feel like all the rest of everybody else is from your channel. So no more questions from my channel.
Did Wiki put in a question? Because she's been trying to get a question for like weeks, and no, she don't see one from her. She probably wasn't it you that wanted us to read on an owl or something? Okay.
Oh, Wiki, do you have a question for us? Because we'll definitely do yours. Because
I kept skipping it, and I told you I'd read on it, but then you didn't ask. I got fed up. Okay.
Our moderators, we definitely want to celebrate our moderators. So, Wiki, if you're still here and you have a question, throw it in. She might not be here.
Yep. Might have gone on.
All right. So back to the. All right. Jane, are you here, Jane?
Jane.
All right, Jane. Would you please look into rehoming my 2 Pinto ponies to a top equine lady named Karen for lessons, ultimately her petting zoo near Fallbrook? Jane hasn't said hello yet, and we're at the end here, so I want to make sure they're here if we read.
Yep. I know people drop their questions in and then move along, which is fine, but.
Okay. We will come back. If you're here, we'll come back to your question, but let's go to.
Yep.
We have Cat Nana. I know Cat Nana's here. Saw her name. All right.
Cat Nana, yeah.
Cassie's cat being overprotective today, pouncing on Tucson cat. Does she sense I don't feel well, or is something else going on? So Cassie's being overprotective and pouncing on Tucson to kind of. Okay, Jane is here. All right, Jane, we'll get back to your question. Stay here. Okay.
I am Lulu. Go check that dog out that you're talking about. I would say go check him out. It feels like you're supposed to go look into him. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't feel like anything much. It's just, I don't know. This feels like energy, just
yeah, very much
frisky. Oh, he's coming over in 20 minutes. Yeah, Lulu, I'm all about it. I think that's meant to be. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is much to worry about. It's she might have sensed that you don't feel well and was like going, "Don't bug mom because you don't feel well." That could have been in there, but it's just we're feeling a little bit frisky and stuff like that. It's not any big thing, I don't think.
It's very interesting because it's almost, I almost want to say, you know, how there's certain times we get a little more irritated with things and may lash out a little quicker than normal. It feels very much just like what Mark was saying, that energy, there's something energetically shifting or going on. And like you did say, you're not feeling well. That could be a part of it. Absolutely 100% part of that.
Yeah.
It's just one more thing that's happening. And she just gets like that. She just, you know what I mean? And will be a little more protective of you and whatever, or of her connection to you and keeping Tucson away or whatever she's doing. But I do sense it is energetic. I feel like it will play itself out and she'll be back to her
Right.
self. But I feel like it's just kind of like, it's almost like you may see this kind of play out every few weeks or whatever, you know, where she gets a little bit more like that.
She is protective over you, though.
Yeah,
Kat.
she does have that connection.
She's like, and especially if you're not feeling well, she does energy work and stuff. Normally, she would just mentally tell Tucson to back off. This was like, you know, dramatizing it a little bit, but that's kind of energetic, I think, is it? I'm going to go one step further.
Mhm.
But she's always kind of protective over you, I feel, in one way or another. And they have their slots that they kind of stay in. And Cassie kind of thinks, I have this handled. You go do that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, she's very you are her job here, and so she's going to take that seriously. All right, Cat Nana, precious babies you got. All right, so back to Jane.
Very proud of you for, you know, trusting your guidance and your intuition and taking action. Very proud. Just want to say that.
All right, Jane, back to you. All right. All right, so rehoming, how's that gonna with Karen? What will that be for Pinto ponies?
So it looks like she's got a new person interested in them. She's been trying to find homes for these ponies.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a new lady interested named Karen Cole. And then her ultimate thing would be for them to be in a petting zoo.
So your two Pinto ponies, can I have their names, please, Jane? Oh, her name is Karen. I'm so afraid of the pony having Cushing's. She really take good care of them. Yeah, I have no doubt about that. I want to connect into your ponies. I feel like they're aware of this shifting. Tucson's my.
Gotcha, Wiki. I just didn't want you to think I was ignoring you because I remember I told you I was going to read. She's in and out today.
Okay, Wiki. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll get you next time.
Yeah.
Or with Mark on Saturday. Yeah.
I kept skipping her, not meaning to. Okay.
He'll put you at the top of the list on Saturday, Wiki.
Yeah. I feel like it's a good connection to me.
Yeah, I feel good about it. And I feel there's just one thing I wanted to talk about with it, but I'm trying to identify which pony this is. Might have a little bit more of an attitude, but it will render itself out about the change. But change is hard for this pony. pinto pony anyways. So the movement, so I think so that's why I wanted to identify the names, Jane, so I can connect to the specific one so you can help talk to that specific one, or just talk to them both and let them know what's going on and that, it's going to be okay. Ginger and Sophie. Okay. Which one is this one? It could be Ginger. I'm not sure. But anyway, so just let them know this can be good. It feels really good. Especially, I feel like the big job at a petting zoo. Like, this is a big job. And I feel like they're really going to be a part of it. It's being a part of education and connecting the animal kingdom to kids. And so let them know about this opportunity that they're getting. So make it exciting and tell them the story of how it's going to go for them. And that will help in this transition for them. But yeah, Karen feels good. I don't have any red flags there.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling, Mark?
Yep. Well, I think that she is an option that the universe has sent your way for you to consider. I think it's direct, kind of a possible answer to your.
Ginger has fishings. Okay, so that's what I felt. Ginger has maybe something. So but I feel like it's going to get adjusted.
And plus, this woman knows about that or whatever. So I think she knows what you do with that. But anyway, I got the Queen of Wands. So this feels like, potential solution from heaven, from the universe, because Wands to me is spirit. So I think, here she comes. She's got a possible solution she's presenting. And also, like if she came to look at the property, but then she said, "Oh, I'm also interested in your horses." That's even more like do the way
Yeah, for sure.
works. But I know you, Jane, and I love you, but I also know how you worry that what looks like it's an answer might not be later down the road. You sometimes take, what is that saying? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You sometimes go into worry. I don't know if could this really be a solution? So that came up, that you worry about it, worry that she's not, with the highest good in mind. But even after that worrying and a little bit of, it's the Two of Cups. So I think it's a good, what is it? A good coming together that they get together. It might be, I don't know. Is she going to buy your place too? But anyway, it feels like she'd be good if you choose her. It's like a good option to me.
I think so too. And just talk to them and let them know. And this is a great adventure for both of them. And really, they're going to be connecting into part of their contract of coming here as far as helping connect the animal kingdom to the human, you know what I mean? Make that connection education wise. And so thank you, Jane. And we are at time. And I wanted to put this comment up before we go. Chris says, since watching the show each week, I've begun having deep conversations with my cat, Jin. So his higher self hears me. Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful.
And it makes it.
I wouldn't be surprised if you sense that that deeper connection to him, Chris. So great.
Because when I practice that, then they show me in physical ways that they were part of the conversation. You know, they usually
Mhm.
will reflect what we talked about the next day in their behavior. So it's great. I love it. I love you guys trying it, practicing it.
Yeah. Yes.
Go.
Wonderful.
Yep.
All right, you all. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Next week, next Monday, it'll be on Mark. Mark will be hosting.
Yep.
I'll be streaming, but he'll be hosting.
And I'll be snot free by then.
And
I'm sure.
hopefully he'll be not free by then. Yes.
Thanks for putting up with me today.
I feel like most folks come from your channel anyway, so it won't be.
Well, I don't know about that, but
Well,
yeah.
if you look at the
Oh,
chat, it's all yours.
a lot of them here.
Anyways, love you guys, and thank you. We just are so grateful that you are part of loving all the fur babies and making that connection and caring and uniting the two worlds. So blessings to you, and we'll see you all next week. Thank you. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Wiki. All right. See you all later. Boop.
Bye, guys. Love ya.